Career Dreamer is an experimental tool that uses AI to make career exploration easier and more personalized to you, using your unique background and experiences. Career Dreamer pinpoints tasks and skills you've likely developed in other roles, also known as your transferable skills. Career Dreamer bases these skills on real job data from trusted sources like Lightcast, ensuring they reflect actual job requirements. Then, using the skills identified, Career Dreamer helps you draft a career identity statement, which, as a reminder, is a clear and concise way to communicate who you are and what you have to offer professionally. It can streamline your search by helping you narrow in on jobs that are aligned with your career goals. Let's start using Career Dreamer to help uncover transferable skills based on your previous experiences and interests. If you want, you can follow along with what I'm doing on your own device. You can access Career Dreamer by visiting grow.google/Career Dreamer. First, you're asked to share a current or previous role you've had. For this example, let me share a little bit about my own background. My first job out of college was in public accounting. Then I took a break from corporate America to help my dad start a business, and during that time, I worked as a bartender and server. So I'll start by first adding Accounting Associate. Click Next, then add Finance to the question about role and industry, which I should note is an optional field and can be skipped if you wish. Career Dreamer will populate a list of related tasks that, in this case, an accounting associate likely performs in their role. I'll choose a few relevant ones based on the work that I did and click Next. Then, Career Dreamer draws on real job market data to break down these tasks into transferable skills. When we hover over each skill, there's a helpful explanation of why the tool included it. Let's select a few like problem solving, which I did a lot of in my accounting role, financial analysis, data entry, and because I had to pay close attention to my work to avoid costly mistakes, I'm going to choose attention to detail, an area I had to spend a lot of time on. Next, Career Dreamer presents the building blocks of my career identity. On the left, there are 4 categories: experiences, education, skills, and interests. Notice that the transferable skills I choose are already filled in. On the right, the tool has already started crafting a career identity statement. To get a more complete view, you can add details about your education, like an associate's degree, bachelor's degree, or a professional certificate. For the sake of this demo, I'll put my high school experience, then click Next. To pinpoint the specific skills I gained during high school, the tool asks my favorite subject. Mine was physics. Now, I'll add the transferable skills I learned from physics to my list. This helps fill out the list of transferable skills even further. For these, I'm going to choose scientific method, technical communication, and also teamwork. You'll notice that as the list of skills grow, the career identity statement updates along with it. So let's look a little closer at the career identity statement that Career Dreamer has drafted. What I see here is a great place to begin, but I think we can make it even richer by adding more background information. Let me add in the bartending job I mentioned earlier to see what skills might surface there. I'll put in service industry as the industry. Then the tool will generate some insights, and we can pick some relevant activities and then relevant skills. Now I want to add some of my interests. For me, I'm passionate about basketball. I loved playing when I was younger, and now I watch my son play. I'll choose a few reasons why I like the sport. And now, the identity statement has been updated with this new information. If you want to keep exploring different ways to phrase the career identity statement, click Regenerate, and Career Dreamer will rewrite it. And don't worry, you can always see the old drafts by clicking Version History. Once you land on a version you like, copy and paste it into Google Docs so that you can continue to edit and adapt it. Remember, you want to make sure that your career identity statement authentically represents you. When you create your own career identity statement, I'd recommend adding it to your job search portfolio, a folder where you can keep all of the helpful materials you'll create in this course. Now watch this. Clicking Explore Paths will reveal a variety of career possibilities tailored to your career identity. Each job shown draws upon at least some of the skills we selected. The central filter allows you to customize job results. Let's say I uncheck experiences in education. The tool now prioritizes roles based on my skills and interests. Notice the variety of positions that may align with your transferable skills. Let me click on one of the roles, say financial analyst, so we can learn more about the job description, the average salary, and the level of degree typically required. Then as I navigate down, Career Dreamer shows some of the ways that skills I identified overlap with this role, what a day in the life in this role looks like, and areas in which I could focus in order to be an even better match for roles in this field. Pretty cool, right? There are other ways you can use Career Dreamer after you've identified your skills and generate a career identity statement. For instance, let's say you want to find local financial analyst roles. Click the Find Jobs Near You button to see current job openings in your area. You can also take the first steps toward your goals with Career Dreamer's Jump to Gemini feature. It provides ready-to-use prompts for drafting cover letters, updating your resume, and discovering even more career paths with Gemini, your AI assistant from Google. Now, it's your turn to use Career Dreamer for your job search. You might find deeper connections between your skills and experiences in jobs you're considering. Or maybe you'll find a new way of confidently describing your story and what you bring to the table as a job candidate.